Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm your lady of the moment, Millicent Mwanawakopane. It's been a few days and we are back with another episode because consistency is key. Now before I get into the gist of today's episode, let me start first by appreciating the love that you guys have given us since the last time we posted for the first time in 2022. We appreciate those messages, those texts, those calls. Really, they mean a lot to us, and they really show that when you operate from a place of purpose, you really would get a signal or two to verify that what we're doing is very important and what we're doing is worth continuing doing. And that is why we are here. Now, another thing is that today's jewelry was sponsored by My Luxury Jewelry. I'll put their details in the description box below and you can see what other items they have so that you can get yours for the festive season. Nobody wants to be crusty on in the festive season, so please do what you gotta do. What is this phone call about? I just feel like today is not the real day to record because every time when I try to record or try to do something, a call and an email, a request or something comes through to me. So I'm gonna try this one last time. The last time I tried, which was before this, my mic was not on. My mic was not on. So that's why I'm back. But we are back by popular demand, right? Because we are keeping the consistency alive, right? Alive with possibilities. So I just checked my calendar again and I realized that it is still November. So calendar. Language calendar because get frustrated. So coming back to our topic today, we are talking about how to deal with year-end fatigue, both physically and both mentally. So I read up on an online article from The Citizen, which was published on the 8th of November or the 9th of November 2022, and they were talking about ways in which you can kick down this year and fatigue both physically and mentally right? And as I was reading through this document, I then realized that actually for me the physical aspect is fine, right? I'm still functional, I can still do everything, but my brain is almost fried and out of the way, right? Like it's out of the kitchen and out, and which is for me unfair. And why am I saying unfair? It's almost burnt, right? It's not fried because fried you can still eat it. It's burnt to the charcoal, burnt. So we need to come back to life. Now, when I was reading this document, if you are somebody who has been experiencing this fatigue physically, they recommend that one, you either pamper yourself, exercise, eat a balanced diet, or the third one being to sleep 7 to 9 hours a day on average. Now, some of us try to cheat the system by sleeping 4 hours, 5 hours. Maybe your body just needs that straight 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and then you'll be back to normal and functional. And remember, by pampering yourself, we're not saying that go break the bank, take yourself. No, you can actually just do it by having that long bubble bath, and just being in the moment. The most important thing is just to be in the moment and make sure that your body feels the water, your body feels the foam, your body feels the soap, your body experiences the love that it needs. Even when you put the lotion on, make sure that you're going in, you're rubbing it in like nobody has done it before, and your body will appreciate you for that. Okay, so I'll just put them here, all the ways in which you can kick the year-end fatigue physically down here, so that you can read them up, you can use them, or you can even add some more in the comment section down below. So now, how do we kick down this year-end fatigue down mentally, right? And that's where I'm also at, right? So when I read it, I was like, I need to take it to my people, because we need to try this thing together as a unit. I always believe that when we do it together as a unit, it's much more better than when you do it as an individual, because sometimes you'll go back and relapse, you know, those kind of things. Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So the first one in which you can kick down the year-end fatigue mentally is to write down something that you've achieved or something that you've accomplished in the year 2022. The second one, so we were talking and then my phone went off. The world is against me. So the first one is to write down all your accomplishment for the year, for the month, for the week, for the day, or everything else, right? And what it does to your brain is that it actually stimulates your brain in such a way that you are now able to just get a little bit of hope or a little bit of excitement. You can still do it, you can still push, you can still do other things. Sometimes it's worth it to reflect on the things that you achieved as opposed to reflecting on things that went wrong for the year. Please don't be that person that reflects on the things that went wrong, okay? We all know that we had 20 things on the vision board, or 20 things on the journal, or 20 things wherever that we wrote them. But out of those 21 is right? Or one, it's in line with what you wanted. Just celebrate that, okay? Just document that, or just write that down on your journal or any book or any place that you can write it, and you'll see the difference that it makes. The second one is to let go of past mistakes, right? I'm not the only one. We are many. Ribabanj that go through this thing of not being able to let go of past mistakes. At this point in time, when you are faced with year-end fatigue, the least of your worries are past mistakes. So get away from those, okay? Get rid of the past mistake syndrome in your head. Get rid of those. Those are the little things that you don't need to sweat at this point in time. So take them up and shove them in a bin so that they can go bad. Right? And the third most important and the fourth most important is do something fun, and the fourth one is spend time with your loved ones. It can be your friends, it can be your colleagues, it can be your family. Just as long as you're doing something fun and you're spending time with them, or you're having fun but just being alone and spending some time alone, that's great, that's awesome. Okay, we won't judge you. There are people that prefer to be alone for some time and they gather their strength. I'm one of those, okay? So spending time alone can really do you justice, right? The fifth one is to spend time away from your gadgets, your technology sets, right? Sometimes we are tired as individuals. Sometimes we are so exhausted, but consuming some content on the YouTube space, some on Twitter space, Instagram, TikTok, or so forth, can actually take you back to the lowest energy ever. And at this point, you don't need those. You do not need those. Trust me, you don't. Okay? As long as it doesn't serve any purpose to you at this point and it doesn't excite you or stimulate your brain, take it away. And this leads me to the last point, the sixth point. The sixth point says that cut off or take time away from toxic or people or things that bring you down, right? If something doesn't serve you justice, that friend, that colleague, that boyfriend, that partner, that, and that, cut it off, okay? either you cut it off. If it's at work and you can't cut it off, take time out. Okay, if it's necessary, take that day off so that you can recuperate and look at things from the inside outside. Because if you don't do that, you end up feeling like you are not worth it. You end up looking like, oh my gosh, this is forever. And trust me, some of the people that are toxic, or some environments that are toxic, they're actually there to expose us to the world that is possible, so that we can look at it from, okay, if I'm ever in a position like that, or if I'm in my employer's position, what would I fix, right? Those experiences that you're currently going through at this point in time, they don't make sense. And that is why you need to take time away, right? If you don't have those leave days, take the sick day off, right? Because your mentality, your mental state is very much important to you executing on your job and doing your job correctly. If you're working in the forefront, in the front end, and you're talking to customers, clients, or so forth, they need you in a different state than your boss can articulate to you, right? They need you in your best behavior. They need you in the very mental being that is acceptable, right? If you have kids, your kids want you at that point. If you have partners, everybody around you that loves you, they want you in a sane environment. So if your mental state is not okay, that person that caused you to be at your lowest, they need to go. Okay, they need to really go. If they are not going, you are gonna go and choose you before anybody else, because it might take time for you to even recover back to your own normal self. So those are the 6 tips in which you can kick out the fatigue mentally. I'll also put them down here so that you can review them and you can also practice them, or you can add some that works for you in the comment section down below. Let's keep the conversation going, because year-end fatigue is here to stay. If not, we need to kick it out together. And that is why I just made sure that this video finds you at a time that you're just feeling like, can the year just end? Yeah, I'm also feeling like you. But trust me, as soon as I read up on some of the documents, I'm like, okay, let's do something about it. Because if we get a problem, we need to do something about it. So ladies and gentlemen, please, if you've gotten to this point, I really appreciate it. Do remember to subscribe, to like, to hit the notification bell. Is it on this side? I'm not sure, but click that notification bell and engage with us in the comment section down below. I really love and appreciate each and every one of you for taking this time and watching this video. From me to you, it's Millicent. Bye.